Cool. Thank you, Les, for inviting me. Appreciate it.
My name is Matt Eickman. We're going to talk about Elon Musk and Bob Marley. So, who knows Elon Musk? Anyone ever heard of him? Cool. All right. And what about Bob Marley? Anybody heard of him too? Okay. Some people have never heard of him, so there's some unique things there. But in general, what my value or my goal here today is to really just bring like one piece of value to the people in this room. So rather than impacting everybody in a way that's going to change their business, I just want to like one person to take one small little thing away from this, and that'll make it all worth it for me. I'm just super grateful to be here, and I'm super grateful to be introduced to AGC as a whole. So why are we here? So I did a little research for the first timers here. So AGC, they have a mission, right? And their mission is to accelerate local business growth through online connection, in-person communities around the world that fosters real relationships, right? So real relationships. So in person, like those connections can happen a little bit easier than when it's just done online, right? So we're in person. I kind of want to take advantage of that a little bit. So I am going to request just a little bit of engagement from you guys today, which is slightly outside of the regular TED Talks style. I hope that's all right, Les. Didn't run that by you on the front end, but we're going to roll with it. So, so why we're here. Before we get started, we're just going to cover some of this stuff quick. So listen to a dynamic speaker. I think that's supposed to be me. Thought leader, business owner, a salesperson, sharing how they created success in their life and business. Educational portion is designed for everyone to have a takeaway that they'll be able to apply to their own business. So that falls in line with a lot of what my goals as a business owner are. Anybody ready to get started yet? Yeah. Cool. All right, so my goal is not to impact everybody, because by trying to shoot for that goal, I think we might miss a little bit. So I want to make our goal a little bit smaller here. Does anyone else set goals, or am I the only person that does that? Okay, a couple people, good. So goals are very important in order to measure success and help you feel like you've achieved something, right? So rather than everyone getting impacted, for myself to get a win tonight, let's just do me a favor. Let's just have one person get one thing here tonight when we walk away. Can we all do that together? Fantastic. So that's our goal, one person, one thing. So again, their mission's to accelerate. Anybody ready to get accelerated? Hop on the SpaceX rocket and ready to go? Okay, let's do it. So we're going to take 93 seconds really quick. I want you guys to connect with somebody who's not who you were talking to earlier. So somebody you haven't met before. And you're going to ask 4 questions. So each person's going to learn 4 things about this other individual. It's going to be a first and last name, favorite color, and then one piece of advice you'd give to somebody else who's a business owner. And then the 4th would be what your customer's favorite platform for communication would be. Social media, phone call, email, whatever that is. So I'm going to set a timer really quick, and we're going to take 93 seconds. Ready? My hope is that now we can learn a little bit more about each other and kind of deepen that connection that we have. So for me personally, there's a few things that kind of started at one time in my life. One of them is my locks that I've been growing for about 10 years. The other one's my business, which happened right around the same time. So who here has like experience with dreadlocks in their personal self? Les? Oh, yeah. No? Okay. So the maintenance that goes into it, do you guys think you understand kind of everything that goes into that, or you just seen somebody with dreadlocks?
A little bit. A lot of maintenance.
Okay. For sure. So with dreadlocks, I look at dreadlocks like I look at a business. So, and each individual hair follicle is an idea that comes up within that business. As those ideas sprout up, there's connections that can happen within that. And as those connections grow, they create some friction that can then possibly create a lock, which is a stronger unit of hair than the singular idea, right? So one idea is not, or one piece of hair is not a dreadlock, nor is one dreadlock one piece of hair. So it's kind of like this weird complexity that I also see in business a lot, is people start with one idea, but without additional ideas on top of that are cultivated and manicured and groomed, you don't really get anything more than just a cool idea. And everybody out there has an idea, right? So With a business, just like with my dreadlocks, like it started with this idea. And at first, I was walking around looking like Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons. You guys know who that is? Like I had short little locks, and it took a lot of just like a belief in this vision or this idea that I had of myself and my goals for my personal spirituality to keep going forward. And I look at the similarities between that and the pest control business I took over, and like there's a lot there. Like it's hard to think how there's similarities between a business, so like an Elon Musk type of archetype and an archetype that is Bob Marley. But they are there if you look for it and you explore it, right? So, but at the end of the day, none of that exists. Nothing's possible without an idea, right? An idea has to have additional things that happen after that, but it starts with one idea. So my hope is that we get one idea that's going to impact somebody, to move the needle in their business, to walk away from here tonight, to actually go and change something in their life. So Elon Musk, probably the best businessman like of all time, at least for our culture, right? SpaceX, Tesla, now he bought Twitter. Like this guy's doing big things, right? Am I missing anything here? Is there any other Elon Musk things that have been accomplished in the last 24 hours? No. So I really look up to certain parts of what he does. But what's the similarity to Bob Marley? Anybody got a connection yet? We're still kind of working on that. But so with Bob, like, what was he selling? Like he's selling this vision, this potential unity, right? Love. Who knows One Love? Like any other favorite Bob Marley songs? But they're all about like peace, prosperity, unity, cohesiveness, right? And the belief that he had to have to take that and just keep preaching the same thing, like he had to believe so firmly when there were literally people that were getting murdered because they were Rastafarians at one point. And this is a message that he's bringing to the masses in a smaller demographic of the world. But he's bringing this message that isn't exactly, it's not the one that everyone wants to hear. It's not the one that they're putting in the newspapers and they're broadcasting, right? This is the one that people are scared to because of their fear. But that belief that he had, it was unwavering. And then people, when they hear that belief, they start to connect with it because they see like opportunity, right? They see this potential vision. And that's a lot of what Elon Musk does, right? Like who the heck thought we'd be going to Mars and stuff like that? Like this guy's trying to literally start another civilization on another planet. Like what? That's like some Jetsons stuff. Like that. It's hard to compute, but at the end of the day, this man is going out there and he's changing reality because he had an idea and he stuck with it and he ran with it, right? So another important connection that I believe that there's there is that they're authentic, right? The message they're putting out there doesn't change to who they're communicating to. It's the same thing, and they believe in it so much that it's really easy for them to communicate, and they don't really care. They don't care what's being said. They don't care how the other person feels. They're trying to connect directly with the message that they care about. So what happens when you're authentic and real and you don't have this business face on that we always put on because we think we need to act and move and behave a certain way? People start to see like realness, and it starts to capture their attention and then spark some imagination behind what you might have, right? So another thing that Elon Musk has done really, really recently is he bought Twitter. Why did he buy Twitter? That's where people are communicating now, right? Bob Marley communicated on a platform that was music. That's what the 70s and 80s, that's what they were communicating with. We didn't have technology. Like we had some things, but the masses were being brought together at these massive concerts where you could leave a message and an impact on a lot of people all at one time. And Elon Musk is doing something very similar because you can do that every single day or every minute of every day right now with technology. It's really shrunk the world. So that adaptation in communication is really important. So one thing, who here is B2B, B2C? B2C mostly, is that what we're doing? B2C, okay. So we all hear this, we talk about this, and it's kind of interesting because when I look at it, we don't even classify ourselves as humans. We talk about B to something, but then we're automatically a business right there. Where's the humanization of ourselves, right? So I don't believe anything is either of these. I think it's all H to H, human to human. Without a human connection on a real authentic, visceral type of level, there's actually no business, right? So without us existing, there is no B or no C. So we got to skip all the way to H, and that's when it really starts to make some magic. So at the end of the day, like, my goal is to really just hopefully spark a little bit of changing how people think, right? Because we all get caught in these ruts, just these paths we've traveled before because it's easy and consistent, and we've been there before and it's comfortable. But if you do that, you're going to get the same thing. So if we can just change one little thing about how we think and try to experience reality in that way, then maybe you can go to the moon. Maybe you can go to Mars. Maybe you can do something like that. But you never get there without that one thought, right? So I hope this was impactful here for you guys today. I hope you can take something and move the needle. I got a couple cards here. If you got any questions, I'd love to be a resource for every single one of you. I'm just super grateful again for the time and the opportunity. So thank you.